Oh, I believe we have burst the bubble. We have burst the bubble. So we have, for the 9th week in a row, made the money. So we are, yep, here we go. There it is. There's the little animation. We've made the money. We are in the money, and we get pocket eights in the big blind with less than 7 bets. So we are going to be all in here. Having made the money, we're going to open our being in the money with going all in, because we will need 237,000 chips just to be an average, and we only have 53. So there's a raise and a call. Yes, like I said, we are going to be going all in when it comes around to us. And we're basically going to need to flop a set here, right? We're going to need an 8 on the board in order to proceed further. But it is what it is. We can't wait any longer. Actually, now, here's the thing. Let me get back. I'm going to get 8 to 1 of my money just to call here to set mine. So maybe that's actually that's probably the better play here. We'll do that and see if we can get an 8. Let's go for an 8, people. 8 on the flop. 5, king, 9. We do not get an 8 on the flop. We miss it. So now any 9 beats us, any king beats us, any 2 spades have a bit of potentially a bit of an advantage on us. So we're not going to continue with this hand if it costs us a single penny more, which means we're likely going to fold here unless it checks around. I don't shine shoe does check, and the 10 of clubs comes out. That does not change anything for us. It actually makes it worse because we're now dead to 2 outs in the deck that can help us. So obviously, again, we're not going to continue with this. We're going to just go ahead and check fold again, unless it checks around, and then we'll see what happens on the river. But I have a feeling it's not going to get that far. And indeed, there's the bet, which is more than we have left. We will not be able to call. Again, we would be drawing to 2 outs, so we're going to fold. And there's a 7 on the river. That brings in the spade draw if either of these guys had a spade draw. And what do we have here? King deuce takes it down. Okay, there you go. We were dead the whole way on that one. So I'm glad in retrospect that we chose not to make our stand with that particular hand. Of course, now we're even in worse shape now. Folding this, we're down to less than 5 bets left. So that's just a super unfortunate spot for us. Again, we have made the money tonight, so no matter what happens, we have that going for us. But we're gonna need to go all in and quick on this. And less than 5 bets left, so obviously we're gonna make our Hail Mary pass, even though we're in the money, to see if we can get some more chips. So we put our money in with the 9s, and we'll see how many callers and what we're up against. So again, wish us luck. We have been very lucky so far in Manic Monday. We'll see how long that continues. We get a call, a flat call. Texas Never Hold has to make the decision now. So Texas Never Hold goes all in and gets a fold. So we're up against ace-8. Flop comes down 7-8, 10. Turn comes another 10. We need to see no 8 or ace on the river. And a king on the river. And that is going to give us a double up over Texas Never Hold. So there you go. So we've got a little more life left in us here. And oh, here we go. Ace King. Again, we have 15 bets left. A little less than that. So we are going to go all in again. Mathematically, that's the right thing to do. Again, we will continue to hope, test our luck here. But we're doing what we need to do here. Again, regardless of what happens, we will be in the money. Hopefully we can get as far along as we can. Bridget Reel has the decision at this point. Now, if we were to get called and win this hand, we would be at the average, believe it or not. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Texas Never Hold has a decision and is probably on tilt from losing the last hand, so we could get a loose call here. I'm not sure if I want that, but just as a thing to know, there could be that case. So everyone folds around, so we take down the blinds. and that will put us at about 148,000 chips. The chip average is 258, so we still have to double up again. Here's 10 jack suited, but it's very early position. I'm going to wait for a little bit of a better spot here. And like I said, there's 207 players left out of 1,826. We are in the money. There's 270 spots paid. We do want to find a double up so we can get back to average. Oh, and look, there's pocket kings. That's nice. Okay, so let's make a raise. We're going to raise it up to about 4x here and see what develops. Bridget Reel, who is short stacked, making the decision. And Duh Bebe now has to make a decision. And we get the fold. So it looks like we're just taking on the blinds with the pocket kings there. We have pocket tens here. We're going to make a raise. So we have pocket tens here with, like 11 bets left. You could certainly have made the case for me to just jam here. I don't necessarily think I can fold to a raise. Patty O'Dower in the big blind has to make a decision here. Putting me to the test, again, we had 11 bets going in. I probably should have jammed it anyway. So we're going to take a shot here. We're going to make this call. We're going to make this call and see what happens. We're up against pair kings. Oh, there's the 10-2-4 on the flop. He's dead to 2 kings, folks. He's dead to 2 kings on the river. And he does not get one of the 2 kings, so we outflop Patty O'Dar as a 4-1 dog, an 80-20 dog. We hit the miracle 10 on the flop. I do not recommend you do that, ladies and gentlemen, on a regular basis. There was no skill involved there. That was luck. There you go. That guy is mad tonight. So we're back in it, and so we have 357,000 chips. The average is 369, so we're actually doing pretty good here. Today's Manic Monday, it had a $25,000 guaranteed prize pool. It actually went past that with 27,390 in the final prize pool. Tonight's winner will receive $3,708. So that's what we're playing for tonight. 162 players remaining in the tournament. That will yield, if we were to bust out next, we will get $36.97 as a return from our $16 buy-in. And now here we go. We got Ace-King in middle position. Ace-King offsuit. So let's see what the action is in front of us. Okay, so we're going to make a raise here, obviously. We have 137 players left, by the way. And You're Kinda Bad is in the big blind. You're Kinda Bad. Makes the call. 7-10 jack, so we have a gut shot straight draw and 2 overs to the board. And we are going to make a continuation bet here. We're going to bet about half the pot. And we get the fold. All right, so we're happy to take it down there without a lot of conflict. The largest stack in the tournament right now, by the way, if anyone was wondering, is at about 1.6 million. The smallest stack is 63,000 chips. So that person has like 4 blinds left, a little less than 4 blinds. 8-9 offsuit in my big blind. And You're Kinda Bad makes the raise. I think all things being considered. Oh, and a big re-raise. That's a very easy decision for us there. Caesar 9 makes the huge re-raise, the 3-bet. And You're Kind of Bad goes all in and gets called. Queens versus Ace King, the classic race situation. But Caesar 9 gets the ace on the flop. The 2-outer Queen on the river. And Caesar, You're Kind of Bad doubling through Caesar, who had a big stack going in and now has a not so big stack coming out. Oh, man, that was brutal. That was brutal to see. Oh. King Deuce offsuit on my button. Now, we've been playing pretty tight. So I'm not necessarily going to go all in here, but I think we have room to make a raise, taking advantage of the tight image that we've established, that I'm not necessarily doing this with just any 2 cards. And these 2 opponents have seen me be very tight, and as you can see, we were easily able to steal the blinds here. Ace-Jack here. 2 off the button. Waiting for Killa Reg. Who folds. We're going to make a raise here, as you might imagine. And we'll see what our opponents have to say about that. Oh, we get re-raised all in. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. That'll cost us more than 2/3 of our remaining stack. The Ace-Jack offsuit suddenly does not look good here. So we are going to make the fold here. Okay, so now I'm willing to go all in here because I have the Queen 9, but it's folded around. So I will go all in on this if I get tested. I'll take my chances here, and a heads up against what could be 2 random cards bullying, and I kind of almost expected that. So here's where we're going to take our chance. We're going to go all in here, and we're going to hope that we're not crushed pre-flop, and if we are, that we pull something out of our butt. So here we go, Queen 9, and we are against Jack 10. Flop comes down 4-3-5. We're ahead so far. We don't want a Jack or a 10. The turn is a 3. No Jack or 10 on the river, please. And a 6 on the river, and we double up through Killa Reg. So that puts us to 361. Ace 8 offsuit, the dead man's hand on my button. So now let's see what happens in front of us before we make any decisions. See the action in front of us first. Okay, so now we could jam this. We're at about 15 bigs. I think we have the respect of these 2 opponents who know that we're not going to jam lightly. So we are going to make the jam here with the Ace 8 and pray that we don't run into a monster. Nothing Burger says fold. Okay, so we take the blinds down here. And that gets us to 396 of the 626 average. Ace 7 offsuit, 1 off the button. I don't think I'm gonna be too cheeky here. I don't really have an interest in playing in this particular spot. As we're down to 99 players now. Yeah, okay, I'm certainly not calling it all in front of me. So that makes my decision a little easier. So with 99 players left, now we're at the $61.62 payout. For what it's worth. There we have Jacks versus 10 King versus Ace 5. 10, 10, 8 flop. 7 on the turn. And the Queen on the river. So Cesar busts out Killa Reg and also takes some chips away from GRS RPC and is back up to 726. Well played. Ace deuce offsuit. I'm not interested there. That's a pretty easy fold for me. 3 king offsuit, not interested. And again, we're under 20 bigs here. So we're not really going back to like playing a lot of fancy pants poker. We're still looking for setting up car crashes and hoping we walk away from them. And again, even the average stack at 672 has about 33 bigs left. So we're deep enough in the tournament now where there's going to be a lot of fast moving play here. And 4 diamonds on the board here. There could be a little posturing back and forth, possibly. Nothing Burger bets, gets a fold, who shows the jack. Oh, look at that. Nothing Burger had flopped the diamond flush and was leading the whole way. 8-9 offsuit under the gun. That's an easy fold. And again, the way the chip stacks are, any hand that comes up could be my last if I have a big hand and we lose a coin flip. So this is one of the big unknowns here. It's unclear what will happen here. You just kind of have to go with it and make the best decisions you can make. Here we have Captain 20 is all in pre-flop. And there's a 500,000 chip pot between Captain, Nothing Burger, and You're Kind of Bad. Nothing Burger checks the flop of Ace Jack 4. Sees a bet from You're Kind of Bad, and you're going to kind of need an ace to continue here. Raises all in. You're Kind of Bad calls. Set of 4s versus Ace King versus pocket aces for Captain. What a setup this board is. Holy smokes. Nothing Burger wins the side pot. Captain 20 doubles through, or I should say triples through. You're Kind of Bad was on the bad end of that with the Ace King and flopping the ace, but running into not one but 2 sets. So You're Kind of Bad is you're kind of unlucky. Hold on, let's see. We have 5-1 we're getting on the King 3. All right, we're going to see a flop pair just to see what happens. Ooh, we have a top pair with 3 kicker, all right? So this is a danger spot. It looks good, but the range of both of our opponents to either make the pre-flop raise or call it also has kings in it. Ace King, obviously, King Queen, King Jack. There's also 2 clubs out there, so this is dangerous. I got to tell you, I don't think I can get away from this. Given the situation, given the chip stacks, given that we have to find something to make a stand, it's polarizing. They either have the king or they don't. But I could also see them testing me without it. So we're going to check. I don't think we can get away from this here. I don't think we can find a fold here. I hate to say it. So we're going to check the flop, but see what happens. And we get a bet. I'm on tilt, makes the bet, and gets called. Oh, boy. Bets and called. Oh, this is super marginal. I got to be honest with you, this is a very marginal spot. I feel like I'm getting the right price to continue. So I want to see the turn here, and I want to see how the opponents react. Wow, look at that. Okay, so now we have oh, boy, look at all the problems this hand is for us. Ooh. So we have a king on the turn. So now we have 3 kings, but there are also 3 clubs on the board. It makes it a lot less likely that my opponents have a king, but I'm also at risk of running up against a flush here. Now, we would have the outs, right? We'd have the redraw to a full house if we're up against the clubs. We have a lot invested, and there's a lot in the pot. It checks around, And then a 10 comes on the river. So now we're adding straight possibilities in. And look at that little tiny weaselly bet by Caver A00. I mean, obviously I can't fold to that. I'm getting 13 to 1 on my money. What a bizarre, strange hand. And a call. And we take it down. Queens and then 10 jack. Wow. Woo. Wow. And we've made it to about close to a few thousand away from average. That was crazy. That was definitely the hand of the night for us. No matter what happens, when we bust out, whether it's now, later, whatever, that was definitely the most interesting hand tonight. That had everything. That hand had everything. But we took it down. That was as scary as it gets. So, yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. And now, these two players are both going to be emotionally compromised. We do have to proceed with caution. We have Queen King. The button makes a little tiny raise. We're going to call. It's a small raise. And we get a call. And here's King. It's like we got to let's run it back. King 9 Jack on the flop. We have King Queen. So let's run it back. So I like my hand here more than I did last time. Of course, there's hearts to be worried about. There's 10 Queen. Now I have a Queen, so it makes it unlikely. So I'm more worried about King 9 and King Jack. And there we've got the bet. Now remember the last time Caver made a little bet, it wasn't a made hand. So now I've got to make the decision. I feel like what I have to try and do is I have to raise here to try and get the pretenders out of the way. So we're going to make the raise here and force Caver. Yeah, and see there, we got Caver out of the way too. Because that was not a strong bet. Okay, so we've taken that one down. Now we're above average. 5-6 suited on the button. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think that was the optimal decision there. Is to shut that one down, and let's not let anyone, backdoor into some stupid hand. That was the way to shut that hand down, and the time to do it as well. So I have 85 players left. There's a raise in front of us. We have suited connectors. I'm gonna sit this one out. I have a rule that when you go on a rush, you don't just start finding, you don't widen your range significantly. And even though we have the button, I like to intentionally kind of pause a bit, take a breath, before we jump back in. 5-6 suited wasn't necessarily where I need to just immediately start jumping back in and being, I got 3 to 1 on my money, I got to make it. I'm sure I was, but Queen 4 of hearts here. I'm going to pass on that. An ace comes down on the ace 5-4 flop. And Nothing Burger makes the bet. DC Haney 3 or D Cheney maybe makes the call. He's got 500,000 chips in the pot now. And what will Nothing Burger do here? It makes a bet, half the pot size bet. And gets the call. So we have 1,000,000 chips in the pot now. Nothing Burger goes all in and gets the call. Oh, wow. Went all in with kings. That's very gutsy. With that ace on the board the whole time and getting called all the way down. Then goes all in on the river and gets looked up. So D. Cheney, congrats. Moving up to a 1.7 million. Nothing Burger is definitely, I would suggest that was wildly overplaying kings in that spot for Nothing Burger. I definitely would not have played it that way. Definitely wouldn't have played it that way. Very interesting. Interesting. So here, folded around to me, I've got the king, so I'll go ahead and I'll complete. Waiting for I'm on tilt. I'm on tilt goes all in. Well, no, you can take the blinds if they're that important to you. As much as I've been doing well against I'm on tilt with kings, I'm not going to push my luck too hard. Jack 6 offsuit on my button. Now, I have to be careful in spots. Even if it folds around to me, you have nothing burger is most likely on tilt and is making some really weird decisions. So that's not someone I'm going to put to the test. Jack 6 is a pretty raggedy hand, so even with the button, I'm going to make a pass on that and just let these guys play it out. Ace 10 of hearts. So we are going to make a raise here and see what happens. We got past Nothing Burger. That was the one I was kind of hoping that we'd get by. Because I probably would have had to call there all in at that point. And let's see what the small and big blind have to say. And Captain folds. And Caesar folds. So we win the blinds. And stealing the blinds is going to be important as much as possible, as we're still running behind the average. Pair of sixes. What I'm going to do here is make a little raise. A little weird, suspicious-looking raise. Sometimes under the gun, something like that can look like a trap, especially to a big stack. And maybe it lets us have an opportunity to try and set mine relatively cheaply, right? That's kind of the goal. So let's see what happens here. If it works or not, the strategy that we're employing. And no, and we get re-raised by No Sleed 07. Who 3-bets me in the big blind, so they'll out of position. There's some confidence there. I think we're going to let this one go. We still have enough chips to make a big impact in a future situation. So we have Jack King. Folds around to us. We are going to make a little raise here. Again, we've been playing very tight, so we want to take advantage of our image here. And try and get some credit for our raises. And as you can see here, that paid off as we're able to steal the blinds. We're going to want to steal the blinds as much as possible. Ace King. Big slick in the under the gun. So we're certainly going to make a raise here. We'll go 4 bets. 4 big blinds, I should say. And we get the all-in from You're Kind of Bad for 15 bets total. Obviously, we're calling here. We're hoping that we don't have a lot of traffic. We'd like it to be heads up. And, yep, okay, so we are going to run Ace-King into Ace-King. There are 2 spades on the board. And, nope, there's no opportunity for anything other than a chop pot here, so we got a chop pot. 7-8 offsuit. The answerer has joined the table and is in the big blind. A limp by You're Kind of Bad. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if I can get a flop here. Ace 10-7, 2 diamonds. So we have middle pair. 1 big blind is the bet to me. I'm getting 5-1 on my money here. Ooh, this is one of those, like, you're going to slowly bleed me. And a call. Another diamond comes out. 3 diamonds on the board. Now, there are 5 diamonds stronger than mine in terms of the draw. You're kind of bad checks to me. I'm going to be inclined to check back. Or check around. King on the river. You hate that king. That king is way in the range of both of my opponents. Oh, man. I don't think I could have come up with a worse river card there than the king. I hate the king more than the ace. So I don't have my opponents on an ace. But that king, that fits right into the kind of thing that your kind of bad might have. And that feels to me now like a value bet. Trying to get like a 7 or a 10 to call. This classic trap here. Any 10 beats me. Most 7s beat me. Obviously, the king beats me. The ace beats me. Diamonds beat me. Yeah, okay. We're going to let go here. What is your kind of bad had? Oh, kind of had the queen jack. They got the, even better, had the Broadway on the river. Definitely hit the river. Well, there you go. I mean, that's kind of what I suspected treachery there. I suspected treachery. So, okay, we had a decision here. We're under 15 bigs. We have to make a decision. We're under 15 bigs. You're kind of bad and I have been at the table for a long time. We've got a feel for how each other operate. We've got a bet. We've got a bet under the gun. So we have 2 choices here. We can fold the 7s or we can go all in. There's no calling to set mine here. You'd be leaving me with a little over 10 bets left. This feels to me like the spot I've got to go for it. Oh man, I only have 10 seconds, and now I probably not. He's probably not folding. And East King, it's a flip. Do I want to flip here? Do I want to flip? No, I don't want to flip. I couldn't talk myself into a flip there. And this could be. I said earlier in the stream, I talked about intuition. My intuition just went on fire, saying, "Don't do that." Even though mathematically I could make the case. My intuition just screamed at me not to make that call. And granted, we're under 15 bigs here, but something about that seemed fishy to me. Ace, winner, chicken dinner, hey-o. Okay, we do want an opportunity to try and get more money in. I'm going to put a big raise in, 4x raise. We want an opportunity to jam, if not pre-flop, on the flop. So let's see what happens here. D. Cheney is thinking. And up, nope. Well, if I wasn't going to get a call for 4 bets, I probably wasn't getting a call for 12. So that tells me that was about all I was going to get with my aces there. King 3 of diamonds in my big blind now. And we'll take a flop here. 2 diamonds, queen 6 queen, so we have a diamond draw. And we'll call a bet, see a turn here. And there's a 6 on the turn, so 2 pair on the board. Interesting flop, interesting scenario here. It gets checked to us. We're going to check back. Pot control here. Pot control is the key. And there's our diamond on the river. So we do have a flush, but obviously, any queen and 6 has us crushed. There's a check. Now, here's the thing. The only bet the only time we're getting our bet called is when we're beat. So we're checking back for that reason. We're not getting paid off by something weak. And with 8-9, there was no bet I was going to make that was getting paid off there. So putting a big bet in there, any bet, was just going to get, we're only going to find out if we were beat. Pocket kings, so obviously we're not folding this pre-flop, and we'll happily go all in if the situation presents itself to us. So this could be our big moment here, folks. It's going to be because we already have an all-in with the answerer, 9 bets in. And again, no matter what happens, our chips are going in here in the middle. So, again, wish us luck, folks. This is going to be a big hand for us. As we're down to 45 players. And we are all in. And now it's up to UF to decide whether they want to come along. They fold. They're up against Jack 10, 4 Queen 2, 1 spade on the board. The turn is a 4, and they are drawing dead. So we are going to win 9 bets in Eliminate Answerer, bringing us to 26 bets. So go us. Seven, 8 suited. The temptation is there to try and get a little silly. Take advantage of our tight position. I'm going to make a little raise. I'm going to make a small raise here. I don't think I've made a 2-bet raise. Oh, wow, look at it. We got all in. Well, we only lost 2 bets on that experiment. I always like to look at the bright side of these things. We're not going to call with 7-8. But it only cost us 2 bets to make that little experiment. And we'll have to let that go. Ace 9 of diamonds. Here's an interesting spot. Possible aggression here. You've got a big blind with only 6 bets left. So if they played back at you, you could afford to make the call. You're really trying to get past D. Cheney, and you're kind of bad in this spot. I'm going to do another one of these little tricky raises. And the only reason I did that is because I literally ran out of time. Like if I didn't click a button. So I don't like that bet sizing, but I did what I kind of had to do there. I'm still going to call captain if they go all in here with the ace 9 of diamonds and take my swing. I literally ran out. I ran out of time to make a proper bet sizing, but you know what? That actually ended up letting us take the blinds down. So I'm not going to complain. But I really need to make my decisions a lot faster. We don't have a time bank left to work with. 10-7 off. We can get rid of that. So I do have to. That was the poker gods giving me a stern warning that I have to think more quickly and not talk it out. Ace King, big slick. So we're gonna have another big situation here. No pun intended. And we do get a raise from D. Cheney, who does have us covered. Your kind of bad goes in the tank. That's interesting. And then proceeds to fold. Compton. I kind of would actually like Compton to shove here because they only have 5 bets left, and I like an overshove from me to help isolate. Same goes for OK Bennis. They fold. And we get a call. I don't want a lot of traffic here. So we are going to go and we're going to ship here. Because nose would have 3-bet something, aces or kings here. And we're going to hope that D. Cheney does not have aces or kings. So we are shoving over here. And we're willing to take a coin flip here to get a bigger stack. Or put our stack at risk with a coin flip to try and get forward. Okay, and it got through. So we won 8 bigs in that scenario. You have ace 5 of spades folded around to our rival here. We're going to make the call with the ace, the suited ace, see what happens on the flop. 10, 10, 10 on the flop. Interesting. And we're going to call a bet here. Queen on the turn. And half pot size bet now. Turning up the heat a little bit. Definitely saying, hey, if I don't have a pair, could be representing a queen here. I have 8 seconds. I have to be very careful. We have to use our chips really wisely here. And I feel like I got to lay this down. Again, this is my spider senses are on fire right now on that one. Jack 9 of diamonds. We're definitely short. You can make the case for trying to steal here. You really can, because one of your opponents only has half the chips you do. We're going to try and make a steal here. And we get called. Oh, no! We ran right into pocket aces. Oh, do we get a diamond on the river? Do we get a miracle diamond? No, miracle diamond. Oh, we ran right into the aces. Oh, that's going to be it for us. 36th place in the tournament. $113. Ah, man, that happens, folks. I got caught red-handed in the cookie jar. I most certainly did. I got caught. Ah, well played, Andres. But we did have a diamond draw on the river. Ah, it is what it is, folks. I'm so sorry, everyone. Well, that, my friends, is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to watch the poker night. It's always fun. A little bit disappointing that we got snapped off at the end there. But we did everything we could. I will sit there and run back that hand and probably flog myself incessantly for the rest of the night for trying to steal the blinds there. But yeah, we ran aces. Sometimes you do that. Thank you so much, everyone, once again, for tuning in. It's always a blast. We will see you next time.